Good morning, Ventura. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Fun with HR. You know, the show where we feature you and sprinkle in some HR.
Good morning, Rosandra.
Good morning, Jeff. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I wanted to spend the beginning of the show wishing you a happy Valentine's Day, but we
What?
we have a lot to talk about.
You know how I feel about Valentine's Day.
I know how you feel about it.
Make every day Valentine's Day.
Exactly. It's a Hallmark holiday,
That's
right?
right.
Shameless plug for Hallmark.
However, there is no such thing as too many days throughout the year that you give me chocolate, so I just want to put it out there. Chocolate, champagne.
Okay, we could do that.
All right.
But we had a lot of big news this week.
Oh, boy.
Let's start with our state government. They initially were talking about it, Bill AB 84, but it actually turned into SB 114. That's the bill the governor signed, which is reintroducing supplemental paid sick leave for COVID. Everybody remembers the 80 hours you were getting last year.
Mm-hmm.
Same idea, except now it's broken into two 40-hour buckets. So you don't automatically get 80 hours if you contract COVID. But the problem with this bill is it's retro to January 1st.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. When
Right.
we were like so busy with employees contracting COVID,
Okay.
and now we got to go back and
So this is going to hit a lot of people hard. Small businesses, obviously, that were hit originally because their employees were out, are now going to be hit a second time.
exactly, but this is for 26 or more employees. And it's actually, even though it was signed, it's not effective until February 19th. However, my opinion, because we know that there's payroll companies out there that are not going to pay it until February 19th,
Hold
which
on.
to me is...
We're going to talk about that in today's episode. So don't
we
give
are?
too much.
Okay, I'm not going to give a lot
Don't
away.
give too
But
much.
anyway, retro to February 19th. And we're not going to go into a lot of detail because if we did, we need a 4-hour show. So just know that it's coming. And February 19th, it's effective. But if you want to be a little bit proactive, in my opinion, start paying it now.
We're also going to talk to Marie about that when we have her on next to see how she is going to be kind of giving us the legal side of it.
And Marie will be back on February 26th. So
Beautiful.
that'll be a good show to
What
tune
else
into.
changed?
Well, the state of California and Ventura County is aligning with the state on this one. Masks are no longer going to be required indoors as long as you're fully vaccinated. So the peak of the surge really dropped off much more quickly than I thought it was going to drop. So that's good. We're down to about between 400 and 500 cases per 100,000 a day in the county, which is good compared to we were at about 3,000 not even a week and a half ago.
Right.
It's not quite where we were before this surge started, but things are getting better. So the mask requirement's going to be relaxed starting Wednesday. Wednesday it's going to start being relaxed. So you will no longer have to wear a mask indoors as long as you're fully vaccinated. It is on the honor system, so the recommendation is to continue to wear masks, but if you feel you do not want to, you're no longer required.
Well, we also have to say this. The caveat is if you're going to Los Angeles, they have a whole different take on this.
Los Angeles will not be relaxing their mask requirement till the end of March, from what I'm hearing.
Right. And the reason I have to say that is because a lot of people will travel from Ventura to Los Angeles for work. If you're doing that, please remember your masks are still going to be required. And if you have anybody traveling from Los Angeles here, don't be surprised if they are still wearing their masks because, in essence, they're just following what applies to them when they're back in Los Angeles.
Exactly. And we need to do our shameless plug for Ought to Run.
It's not shameless. It's a great cause.
It is a great cause, but we're plugging the Fun with HR team.
That's right.
And we made great strides this week in catching Ashley's team. We're only like 2 behind her now. So if you're out there listening, we need you to go to oughtorun.org, register under the Fun with HR team, because if we beat Ashley's team, she's going to donate an additional $300 to the Autism Society of Ventura County, which is
A win-win.
money that they could really use.
Right.
So help us help the Autism Society by beating Ashley's team.
And I just want you to know that last night we had our first raffle. We raffled off a goodie bag from Frenchie's. And if you want to see the actual raffle, it's already online. So please go on to Fun with HR. But it just so happens we have our winner in the studio.
Yay.
Tricia. Woohoo! Yay! Come on, guys. It's Saturday.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're going to do this every other week until Ought-to-Run. So if you want to get in on the potential win,
You have to be part of the
you
team.
have to be part of the team. And we've been saying all along is the earlier you join, the better your chances are of winning something from Frenchie's.
That's right. So definitely something for us to look forward to. I have to say though, after we did the whole raffle where Tricia won, I kept playing with the same thing, going, let's see what the odds are that the same name comes up. And it takes very little to entertain me these days because I was there for about an hour going, ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at this. But it was time well spent. I can now tell you it was completely not rigged.
Totally random.
Good to know.
Yeah, very good to know.
Anyway, we have a great show today. We have with us Tricia Burgh, Burgh,
Yes.
I should know that, right?
But
From Atharva Workforce.
That's right.
We're going to be talking about payroll and implications of the supplemental paid sick leave.
Mm-hmm.
We also have with us the Auditor-Controller for Ventura County, Jeff Burgh.
Ooh.
But we're going to, yeah, everybody be,
But he's not.
there you
That's
go.
right.
So appropriate. But it's not like
He's not
if the
auditing
IRS
us.
comes calling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Jeff is our friend. And anyway, we're going to start the show today with Shanon Rice from Peirano's.
Shannon, welcome.
Good morning, everybody.
Well, I have to say, I have been looking forward to having you here all week long. Well, I'm always happy to have you here, but specifically, you've been teasing us with what is new at Peirano's. Tell us.
I know, for so long. Well, the day has finally come where you can enjoy a delicious cocktail on our terraza in addition to beer and wine. So we are just thrilled. This has just been the battle like nobody's.
You know where I'm going to be at
Business.
happy hour?
I think we need to do Sunday morning Bloody Marys and
Oh, yes. Come taste
Mimosas.
our Bloody Marys. We have.
Well, we have to figure out how we could be off-site so we can have the program at Peirano's.
Done and done. Do it early. There's no wrong with Bloody Marys
never
in the
too
morning.
early.
Oh, our Bloody
breakfast
Marys are
food.
delicious,
I
too.
bet they are.
You know, Bloody Marys sometimes get a little heavy. You can have only one, and then you're so full you can't even eat
It's
your
all that
bunch.
stuff they add
So
to
we make
it.
it from scratch. It's got some Italian herbs, a little balsamic flair, and then you're gonna get a little antipasti skewer with salami and cheese and olives and all kinds of good stuff. But everything is made from scratch. We're so proud of this menu. We had a great collaboration with Ventura Spirits too. On a lot of our signature drinks. Thank you, Brad, for all your help. And again, another way to support local. And we're just expanding and getting ready. I mean, you're going to see so many changes in March with the new menu. Tonight, we're running Osobuco as part of our Valentine's special. That's going to be going on our new dinner menu. So we're ready. This feels like we're finally opening. I mean, I feel like we need a grand reopening, because we've got all these new menu items coming up. The lunch menu's getting expanded. There's like, I think 12 or 15 new items going on the lunch menu,
Nice.
including appetizers. We're going to start happy hour.
Nice.
Trivia nights are coming next month, and all kinds of fun stuff. So
I hate trivia nights.
Why?
Why?
They're so much fun, but they make me feel so stupid.
I know. I kind of feel the same way. I like to go and
Wait.
watch the
I
smart people
do
do
love it.
but
I feel that way every time I watch Jeopardy.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I figured out, I yell the answer after they give it, so I always have it right.
There you go.
Nice.
But
Nice.
I like that you collaborated with Ventura Spirits because they did so much during the pandemic
They
to
did.
They
make the
did.
hand sanitizers and all of that.
Right,
So.
and they're just, we're all about, the support local. We've been saying that since we opened our doors. Transmission Brewery's coming in. We already carry VCBC and Leashless. Rincon's coming in. So we're continuing to kind of expand our product line with other local businesses. And it's just been great. We want you all to come down and see everything that's new. The market's got a new look. We've got a new vibe out on the street, patio, all kinds of stuff. And tomorrow's a perfect day to come have a Bloody Mary, pick up some deli meats and cheeses for Super Bowl, and some potato salad and all that good stuff. Don't go to Vaughn's.
See-
Support local. Come to Peirano's. Get your stuff. Let us take care of you. And we have to stick together through this.
Absolutely.
We are not out of the woods yet,
I-
people.
If we would have taken the make your own charcuterie board class, we would be able to make our own charcuterie board. But
Well, it's next Wednesday, so you can still come.
you have one next Wednesday.
The 23rd.
You have some room.
I do. A little bit. I will always make room for the two of you.
Aw.
You've
Well,
been such a good support to us
No,
and
no.
friend.
We love it. As a matter of fact, one of the things that we've been able to do is, I mean, we haven't had salad since December, but we absolutely always think of how would Shannon dress this up? How would
Oh.
Shannon, present it?
And then you do the opposite.
No,
Just-
no. Then Jeff says, "Get out of my kitchen," because I just come in and ask the question. I'm
Yeah.
not helping. I don't cook.
So I
Yes.
want to go back to the revised menus. What are some of the additions that you're adding?
So on the lunch menu, we're going to add a whole appetizer section with our crab cakes, do an antipasti platter, all kinds of good stuff. We're also adding 2 Italian burgers. So we've got a smoked mozzarella and pesto
Beautiful.
burger, and then a gorgonzola and balsamic glaze with mushrooms, and they're delicious. And then
I
3
love
new
it.
salads. So we're bringing back our quinoa salad, an orange and fennel salad, and a salmon salad. And we make all our dressings from scratch and all that good stuff. So those are just a few. And then the happy hour menu, I'm so excited about. We'll have
Tell us.
little sliders, and I've got a little, it's kind of like a riff on fondue. So you're going to choose either arrabbiata sauce or Calabrian butter or Alfredo, and you're going to get chicken, shrimp, meatballs, some vegetables, and it's table side, lit from the bottom. It stays warm, and you kind of just dip it in a little Sharon Nosh type thing.
Ooh, even I
okay.
could handle that.
I know.
Yeah.
That
Oh my gosh,
sounds
that
You've got to
sounds
come for the
delicious.
Calabrian margarita too.
Ooh,
So we've got, the traditional Italian cocktails. We've got the Negroni, the Aperol spritz, all that kind of stuff.
the
But
Bellinis I saw.
yeah, and then the Calabrian margarita that's got a little bit of heat. We use our Calabrian chilies. Oh, delish.
okay. I think
So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the menu and we're just going to go one thing at a time, and we're not going to ever duplicate until we've gone through everything, okay?
and that's our problem as we go and we try something and we love it, and
that's our
what
new
we
favorite.
keep going
Stick
back
to
to.
Yeah.
I'm on my chicken piccata kick right now.
Ooh.
I can't get enough of
I
it.
love
That is
it.
delicious.
It's so good.
Love it. Chicken piccata is very difficult to kind of balance out. And I've told you, every time I have it, it transports me immediately to my grandmother's kitchen.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, I mean, I told her that, and she's like, "What? I didn't ever make that." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, you did." She's like, "Okay." All of her recipes, she now tells me she doesn't remember it. So I've lost my family recipes because Grandma says she doesn't remember any of
And
them.
they didn't write things down.
No.
My grandma's the same way.
No.
Certain things, but other than that, how much zest do you put in? I
A
don't know, till it
pinch.
tastes right.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's how you cook. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, just keep adding till it tastes right.
Her cannolis, I hated helping her make those because she would make them from scratch,
Oh,
and then
good Lord.
with the dowels and
Uh-huh.
yeah, that was my job.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm
So-
not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I was
So
gonna say, why don't you
with-
come do them for the restaurant
yeah,
then?
yeah. Well, I
With-
could do that. I could do that.
So with trivia nights coming and other things like that, it sounds like maybe you're going to start expanding hours a little bit and be
Yes.
opening more in the evenings.
Mm-hmm. So we'll expand some hours, definitely for happy hour, and then, it's still kind of that slow time of year, so we're trying to make sure we time everything right. But by March, I'm thinking that we're just full swing. End of March, April with expanded dinner hours. But we'll be doing happy hour and stuff before then.
Okay, so
And the trivia starts March 1st.
you're going to be open till what time?
We're still fleshing that out, but we'll just extend dinner hours a little bit, like maybe an hour on Friday and Saturday nights right now, and extend our Sundays. Normally we close at 3. We're going to roll into happy hour and do some live music out on the street and,
Okay.
you know, all that kind of good stuff. So go to peiranosmarket.com, become a VIP member, and then you can find out all of our little updates as we go. But don't forget to come get your Super Bowl stuff tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We might not. We will do that.
Well,
We
what I
need stuff
wanted
to
to
nosh
do,
on.
exactly, I want something that we can just put out a little bit at a time, because let me tell you, the last charcuterie board that you made for us was beautiful, and we sat around the table and we're like, oh, that's beautiful, let's eat.
And then you eat
And then we ate it until
Yeah.
it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 30 minutes later, we were like, somebody ate the food, look at that.
Yeah, that was supposed to last all afternoon.
Yeah. Then we weren't really, hungry for dinner, and
Right.
Jeff spent some time making that too. He makes amazing hot wings.
Jeff.
I'm speechless.
Amazing.
The
hot
secret's
wings.
in the sauce, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
Which is, reveal it.
Oh, can't say
Lots
over
of
the air.
love. You're
Ah.
supposed to say lots of love, dear.
Yeah, it comes from the heart. You're right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But
So
I'll get you the recipe.
this weather this week had to be
Oh,
Ideal.
great.
gorgeous.
Ideal.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you know, we're in California, COVID or no COVID, everybody wants to dine outside whenever you can anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we're so blessed with our gorgeous patio and being by the fountains. And funny story, you know how I usually have my hair in that high bun? It's like a second head. So these gentlemen were at my table and they said, oh, what a beautiful fountain. And I turned to acknowledge the fountain. I said, yes. He goes, no, I'm talking about the fountain of hair coming out of the top of your head. And I thought, oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
wow.
Another glass of wine for you?
I don't know what
Yeah.
to say, because that's usually how I wear my hair.
Right? I know. It's like, well, it is a bit big today.
Well, it's California.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of wind, a little bit of dry, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, if you have any curl in your hair, it's going to go all over the place.
I do just want to say congratulations to Linda and my dad for just sticking on their path and their vision and just not giving up. And we're finally where we've wanted to be all along. And you guys have no idea what's coming down the pike. I mean, we're just going to explode. But
Good.
We're
we
looking
need
forward
you.
to it.
we want you to come by and enjoy and relax and have fun and see the new look. And
Well, Peirano's is that gem that people are actually just starting to discover. I was talking to
Totally.
a friend Thursday, and I know where their favorites are, but they went to Peirano's a while ago, and it's now their new favorite. So,
that's so awesome. I can't tell you how many people would come in and still and are like, we've never been here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't believe we've never been here.
yeah, so it's that hidden gem that we've been enjoying that I think the day's coming where we're going to be fighting to get in. So,
And we look forward to that.
and we look forward to
Yeah.
that.
That is
Absolutely.
exactly what we want.
So, how can people get a hold of you, Shannon?
You can email me at events, plural, at peiranosmarket.com. It's easier than spelling my name correctly. And then I will get back to you. But if you're looking for rehearsal dinners, all that stuff, we're booking like crazy right now with wedding rehearsal dinners and things. So that's great. And then we've got some big stuff coming down. Downtown has got some big changes. Can't really
Yeah,
talk about it
looking
yet. But
looking forward to it. We've
Yeah.
heard some of the rumblings, but seriously, if you have a small event that you want to do, call Shannon because we do Rosandra Fest at Peirano's, and can't be any easier and it can't be any better. So,
you
thank
know I still have that too.
Good. You'll be
That I
wearing
will-
it
Yeah.
again in August.
Yeah, the staff occasionally puts it on and we'll walk around.
Oh, nice.
It's a shared tutu.
there you go.
Well, as I told my friends, I'm still waiting on a full-on princess party, and I said August, Peirano's, right around my birthday would be ideal.
Done.
Yep, we're gonna do it.
Special pink drinks and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that this year
Ooh.
because I think we went through a case of prosecco last year.
Yeah,
so.
the sparkling rosé. We're doing the pink.
Yep. Okay, so
We can do it.
Thank you both, as always.
Thank you.
For everything you do. And I always love being here.
we enjoy you and we enjoy Peirano's, and we will be there very soon.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll see you all tomorrow.
Yes.
Fun with HR is brought to you by the HR firm. You can reach them at 805-853-3476, because if you have employees, you have issues.
The HR firm is the premier human resource consulting firm in Ventura County, specializing in working with small to mid-sized companies. The HR firm provides a complete suite of offerings to keep your company compliant. The world has changed so much in this last year, and so have all the rules for you as the employee. Are you ready? From handbooks to policies and procedures to workers' compensation claim management, the HR firm is here to support you with all of your HR needs. They offer complimentary 1-hour consultation for you as a new client. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram, or email them at info@thehrfirm.com. The HR firm. If you have employees, you have issues.
This is Bob Davis, Ventura County resident for over 50 years. Loan Depot and I have teamed up to provide fax and mortgage lending experience that gives you satisfaction that you want to share with people you love. 805-658-7435. That's 805-658-7435. Real, honest, and fair mortgage lending. NMLS 249185.
Clean, modern, engaging. Frenchie's is not your typical nail salon. We're better, way better. You'll find a friendly staff, a fun vibe, posh pampering without steep prices, and a super clean, inviting space that gives you all the good feels. To experience this for yourself, call us at 805-200-3883 or email us at venturaca@frenchiesnails.com.
Hey employers, are you tired of spending your valuable time posting jobs on the job boards? Are you tired of looking through resumes to find that one diamond in the rough? Your time is way too valuable, so let the professionals at Atharva Workforce find that diamond in the rough for you. Spend more time on your business and less time looking for those employees. Call Atharva Workforce at 805-826-0033.
Welcome back to Fun with HR. February 23rd at 8 o'clock p.m.
I know where I'll be.
I know where I'll be. Are you going to be there, Tricia?
I am.
Tricia will be there. It's at Levity Live, the Real Men Wear Pink comedy night featuring none other than Phil Medina.
And Dr. A.
And Dr. A. Yes, we would be remiss if we didn't mention Dr. A. This is going to benefit the American Cancer Society and the comedians that are appearing that night. And this is why I really want to have a good showing. The comedians are donating their entire paychecks to the American Cancer Society that night. So
Okay, so how do we get tickets?
we get tickets by going to Levity Live on their events page. Look down to February 23rd. Phil Medina, the good, the bad, and I can't remember.
I think it's The Wild.
The Wild or something like that, yeah. Anyway, just look for Phil Medina on February 23rd. Buy your tickets. It's going to be a great night because we saw Phil like a month ago, and it was hilarious.
He's always so funny.
Well, he always brings a good group of comedians with him, and I know for this event he's bringing the best. So if you want to have a great night, come on out, Levity Live, 8 o'clock, February 23rd. Buy your tickets now because they're going to go fast. But we have with us today our Ventura County Auditor-Controller. And I don't know if we should, bow to him.
He just kind of bowed a little bit, so, you know.
He did. And we're not going to refer to him as Mr. Auditor-Controller. His name is Jeff Burgh.
Thank you.
I've known Jeff for a lot of years now. And when you think Auditor-Controller, you think of somebody that's just a numbers guy and no personality, and the top button is buttoned, but that's not Jeff. I don't think I've ever seen Jeff in a suit.
No.
No,
Do you own one?
I own one. Just one.
And I'm
Weddings
sure
and
I
funerals.
wear on Tuesday board meetings. That's about it.
That's the board meeting days, and we're going to get to that. But Jeff is probably the nicest guy I've ever met. I mean, he's very involved in our community. And did you grow up in Ventura County, Jeff?
I did not grow up in Ventura County. I grew up in Central Coast. Paso Robles is where I grew up, San Luis
Okay.
Obispo County, and lived there all of my life. Went to Paso High, and then my wife is from Ventura, and we met at college and got married, and I followed her to Ventura.
Good move. What did you do previously to being the auditor-controller?
You know, my background is accounting. You know, I am a veteran. I spent 6 years in the Army. That helped pay for college, and from the military, I was an accountant in the military, and just followed that along. I worked for Deloitte in L.A. doing audits of governmental entities. My background is governmental accounting, and then came to the county. I've been with the county about 20 plus years now, and hope to have a few more years left of me.
So what I'm
Awesome.
hearing is you like numbers.
I like numbers. Yes, that's what I've done all of my life.
But besides liking numbers, Jeff is always also very involved in the nonprofit arena in the county. I know a few of the organizations that Jeff is very involved in is NAMI. I know that's an organization that is very near and dear to Jeff.
Yes.
The Family Justice Center, I know that you were very involved in that also. Ronald McDonald Family Rooms at VCMC. Jeff helped spearhead that, and also he's very involved in the Rotary Club of Ventura East, being one of our more recent past presidents. So Jeff also has the giving heart that, you know, he's a servant to our community in a lot of ways. But what drove you to these organizations to want to be involved with?
Wow, you know, I grew up in a family of servants. My mother was a school teacher, my grandmother was a school teacher, my dad worked for the state, worked with kids at risk, and you know, just from a young age, that kind of pulled at my heart. And I am a numbers guy, and yes, I sit in the office and I'm crunching numbers all day long, and so being a member of Rotary or being able to participate with NAMI, work with the Family Justice Center, that's my release to be able to give back to the community, be a part of the community, and just help those that need our help. And so I jump at the opportunities to do things. NAMI, as a veteran, you know, suicide among veterans is very high right now. It's close to my heart. So being able to work with NAMI, spearhead that, talk about that, get that out there so veterans know there's a place they can go to talk to. There's someone there to help them. That's important to me. You know, Family Justice Center, I can't say enough about Greg Totten, our prior district attorney, Cheryl Temple, who was assistant at the time, who really spearheaded that. I was just in the back being able to help from the standpoint of grants and this and that. I'm the numbers guy helping. Michael Jump, I want to push at Michael Jump as well, who helped me, you know, spearhead getting some of the grants and funding for that. So that was near and dear to my heart because that's a wonderful resource. I mean, if you take a look at that, if you were a person, a female, in a domestic violence environment, and you know, what are we going to do for you? Well, before this Family Justice Center came about, you would go to various agencies for help, and they were located all throughout the county. Well, Greg Totten and Cheryl Temple had a great idea. Let's have a one-stop shop where these individuals can come and all of the services are brought to them, so they're not traveling all around the county to find these services. That's a wonderful thing. It's right across from the hospital in Loma Vista. It's a great, one, a great location, and two, just a great idea for the one-stop shop. And again, wonderful to be able to help. I mean, we were down there painting a while back, but you know, just that's how involved I get, painting the walls on a Saturday morning to make sure that it looks pretty down there for the people to come in.
Yeah, and you know, that idea just makes so much sense. I don't know why that hasn't happened before, because the people that are in that situation, they don't necessarily have transportation.
Exactly.
And you're going to go, okay, go from here all the way to the east end to go to this, and then they send you all the way back.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people just gave up because they couldn't physically do all of
You know,
that.
and you know, Jeff, you hit the nail on the head. Why it was that? I mean, that was a lot of, you know, you look at the services the county provided over the years, and I'm remiss to say I started the County Ventura Probation Agency. I worked for the probation agency for 6 years, I think, as a numbers guy. I like to say I was non-sworn. I remember once I was giving a talk before the Oxnard City Council, and Carmen Ramirez, who's now supervisor, she and I were talking, and And I made the comment when I was on probation, and I'm like, wait a second, no, I worked for probation at the time. I wasn't on probation. The whole crowd was there. But anyway, side note. But even some of the other services that we provided, whether it was mental health services, health organizations, some of the clinics for the medical services we provided, it was all over the place. And now we're starting to see more one-stop shops that have it in Moore Park with the Ruben Castro Human Services Center. We do it on Gonzales over in Oxnard for the Behavioral Health Center with all the you can go to all the help you need to go, with services you need to receive all in one area. You're not bus to bus to bus to trying to get to all these different offices. It's wonderful. Why we didn't think of it sooner, I don't know, but it's there now and it's wonderful.
So the auditor-controller, let's get back to that. That's an elected position.
Yes, it is.
So why in the world would you want to go through all of that to get that job?
I tell you, I ask myself that every 4 years. I say, what am I doing? But, I tell you, first of all, I like to tell people I'm not a politician, I'm a public servant. At the end of the day, I'm here to provide, I'm here for the public. I am elected by the constituents. There's 850,000+ people who work in the county, that live in the county of Ventura. I work for each one of them. But I like to say that I'm providing a service, and I love my job. I love my staff. I've got a staff of about 80 people, 75, 80 people work for me. If you add consultants in there, and I work with them to provide the services that we provide, and I just enjoy it. And so I don't mind every 4 years run for re-election.
Okay.
Think of it as your review.
Correct.
Right? If you did a great job, you get another 4 years, and if you didn't, and they have something new or more needs that haven't been met, then they let you know.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Again,
the
you're hearing
HR
from,
person.
you're hearing
HR
from the
came
public. That's
out.
how you. Yeah. And to your point, Rosandra, someone once asked me, well, how do you know if you're doing a good job? I said, well, every 4 years I'm up for a review, and I can either be voted out or not.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Right.
So, okay, you win the election. So what exactly does auditor-controller do?
How much time do you have?
We got like
5
5
minutes.
There you go. I know I'm teasing. We well, as the title points out, I'm the auditor, so I have the authority to audit all of the different. There's 26. There are 10,000 county employees. There's 26 separate agencies. All of them have a different service they provide to the constituents of the county. As an auditor, we audit all of those different agencies. Number audits, program audits. Are they complying with whatever they're supposed to be doing? I'm the controller. What does a controller do? Responsible for the financial statements, all of that stuff. We're talking HR here, so yes, I'm responsible for payroll. We have 10,000 county employees, 14 now, I do believe, because we just have a new physicians union, 14 separate unions. Of those 10,000 employees, and if you're in payroll, we have over 750 individual pay codes to pay those 10,000 employees.
You are talking Tricia's
Yeah,
language at this
so there's a
point.
lot that goes on. I mean, we do AP as well. My name is on all the checks that go out. So we have over 20,000 clients or customers at the county that we pay checks for. Every month. But I'll stick with payroll. Every 2 weeks we pay 26 pay periods a year. So we're responsible for getting that out. W-2s, 1099s we get out for our contractors. All of that good stuff. So.
That's what he does. He signs checks all day.
Thank goodness we have a machine that does that.
You get the privilege of being invited to the county supervisors meetings.
Yes.
Every week.
Whenever they meet on Tuesdays. Typically, if there's 52 weeks, they have they're off in month of August. Typically, a few other months they have every other day. So there's probably about 32, 34 separate meetings every Tuesday morning. And I do attend those meetings. If you've ever been to if you've ever been in the board room, Board of Supervisors meeting room, or been to a Board of Supervisors meeting, you'll know they have the dais and the 5 board members with Mike Powers, the CEO of the county, sit on the dais, and have county council sits on one side and I sit on the other side. And we are there, just as county council and myself, we are there to answer questions, provide direction to the Board of Supervisors. I mean, a lot of people may not know that, but a budget is a legal document. I mean, it requires a vote of the board, and once they vote upon it, I'm there to County council's there and sure to make sure they're following the laws, and I'm there to make sure that we're not violating any budgetary requirements. If you ever looked at a board letter, all of the board letters that go to the board for all of the different things that the county does, the Board of Supervisors may be doing and vote on, the last paragraph will say this board letter has been reviewed by county council and the Auditor-Controller. And we review, my staff reviews every single one of those board letters to ensure that the accounting is accurate and that we're not violating any accounting statutes, and that the vote for that is appropriate, 4/5 vote or 3/5 vote or something like that. And then I'm there if they have questions on, hey, we want to do this, what do you think? You know, I'm there to provide my guidance.
Also, in times of community emergencies such as Thomas Fire, earthquakes, COVID, I know that you're really involved in that, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your involvement during those times?
And let me say, I'm involved, but I have great staff that are involved. It's not me. I do go to the board meetings, but I have a wonderful staff that are involved. And I will tell you, to this day, right now, I still have 2 staff that are working as disaster service workers for the COVID response. They're out in the community providing there are accountants providing non-accounting, but they're providing services to the constituents of the county. But how I'm involved, back to put on my controller hat and my auditor hat, we're involved as an office to ensure that the funds that we're receiving through FEMA or the ARPA funds or any of the other funds that we're getting with the County of Ventura, I'm going to get this wrong, and Mike Powers is going to be mad at me, but in the entire country, the County of Ventura, I think, is 4th on the list for drawing down ARPA funds and CARES money and FEMA money, behind like LA County, Chicago County. I mean, big large, we're larger than New York. We've received more. That's a lot of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So we're there to ensure that we're accounting for it right. We're complying with the terms and conditions of the grants that we're receiving, so that we don't have to give any of that money back, and we spend it properly. So that's where my staff and I are involved in that.
That's a very important job.
It is. I mean, because that money trickles out into the community. I think of the business grants. I mean, one of the programs we had was grants for businesses. You could sign up, $5,000. I mean, we're getting ready to do our 5th business grant assistance program. We did a homeless program where we provided funds for homeless room project turnkey, where we provided hotel rooms for homeless people so they could be out of the environment that they might catch COVID. Now they can be secure. All of that money we're able to draw down. We have to account for that. We have to make sure that we cross our T's, dot our I's, and can get it all done.
And that everything balances.
Correct.
Jeff, we are so happy to have you in today.
Thank you.
I am so proud to call you my friend, and I know that Ventura County is very lucky to have you as our Auditor-Controller. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
Well, they can email me personally if they like, Jeff, jf.burgh, B-U-R-G-H, @ventura.org. Or they can go on the county's website, click on our controller's office. There's another little place where they can click and put suggestions or what have you. So that would be the best way to get a hold of me.
Awesome. Well, thank you for getting up early on a Saturday morning and coming in and speaking with us.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for also committing to switching to Fun with HR.
You said it.
Yeah, we'll let Ashley know that's happening. We'll get you off the hook.
Thank you.
Just drop my name.
There you go. Yeah, thank you both, Jeff, Rosander. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Fun with HR is brought to you by Atharva Workforce. You can reach them at 805-826-0033. If you think hiring a professional is expensive, wait until you hire an amateur.
If you don't have an illness and injury prevention program, COVID prevention program, safety program, or emergency action plan, you could have Cal OSHA knocking on your door with a notice of violation and fines. If you need help creating these programs or help refreshing your existing program, contact the HR firm. They can walk you through the safety maze to get your company compliant while helping you keep your employees safe. They even do in-house training. They offer a complimentary 1-hour consultation for new clients. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram, or email them at info@thehrfirm.com. The HR firm. If you have employees, you have issues.
Mortgage, a crazy method to borrow money. Do you know Bob Davis? He's been in Ventura County since 1967, in the loan business since 1985. Loan Depot and Bob Davis teamed up to provide honest and fair mortgage lending for everyone. Call 805-658-7435. Loan Depot and Bob Davis. Real, honest, and fair mortgage lending. Call 805-658-7435. NMLS 249185.
You're not so typical nail studio. There's a revolution happening in nail care, and you're invited to join in when you visit the Ventura Harbor Village. Just walk into Frenchie's Modern Nail Care Studio and you'll know you're in for something that's beyond your typical medi-pedi experience. Call us at 805-200-3883 or email us at venturaca@frenchiesnails.com to book your next experience.
Finding people to add to your team can be difficult when you don't know where to start. Do you even have a job description? Do you know how much you should be paying them? Do you even know where to find the right people for your team? Let the professionals at Atharva Workforce help you get started and find your next star employee. Spend time on your business, not searching for that new star employee. Call Atharva Workforce at 805-826-0033.
Atharva Workforce is currently looking for window washing technicians, bookkeepers, back office dental assistants, sales associates, and jewelry associates. If this is you, call Atharva Workforce at 805-826-0033. Rosandra,
Yeah.
in addition to the Walk for Kids in addition to Ought to Run on April 24th, we have the Ronald McDonald Walk for Kids.
We do.
We do.
We're going to be doing a lot of walking.
We're going to be doing both, so we are going to be doing a lot of walking.
Oh boy.
So,
Wait, did you not get the memo I'm allergic to exercise?
that's not exercise.
Okay. I'm just saying.
No, it's trust me, it's not exercise.
Okay.
6.6 miles, not a problem.
No, that's not bad. Wait, am I going to be walking it?
Yes.
Can I just sit and watch?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, we have with us today Tricia from Atharva Workforce.
So I've told you, you don't have to worry about having a last name when you're associated with us. Like, I'm just Rosandra. Nobody knows my last name. She's just Tricia.
Just
It's okay.
Tricia.
Just Tricia.
And that's okay.
That's okay. Exactly. But I want to welcome you, Tricia.
Thank you.
Because I have had one of those weeks. And let me just tell you that one of my clients called, and we're going to just dive in and into everything that's been going on. They wanted to be proactive, and I am going to call out this company because this actually happened. My client uses ADP for payroll, and they wanted to know about the codes, with this whole COVID, sick time passing and whatnot. And she was told, you have to wait until the day that it becomes effective, even though it's being retroactive. And one of the frustrations that she had was, that's great, but for a small business owner, I kind of want to start doing this so I could start budgeting, I could start paying
Right.
things out. Tell me, how long would it take for somebody that was using Atharva Workforce to get that going?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
For me to open the program, build the code, and implement that into the
Right.
payroll file.
Hence the difference between just a payroll specialist and a concierge.
Correct. And that's why I call myself the
And-
payroll concierge.
The thing that's confusing to me about why ADP was so reluctant to build the code to make it happen is because at this time, there's no tax benefit to the employer to pay this money other than the law says if you have 26 more or more, you have to pay it.
Right.
So it's just payroll at
and let
that
me just
point.
say, ADP is one of the big brands, and they're great at what they do. We're not here to bash anybody. They have a really good program for people that are okay being put into a box, which a lot of people are. But if you're looking for something different and you want to be handheld through much of the payroll process, there are alternatives, which is why Atharva Workforce is ideal. So I wanted to make sure that we said that. But the other part of it is you're live, like you're literally a person that has been assigned to every one of the accounts, to the point where they're not going to call Susan or Margie or Terry, and these are just names I'm making up because in a call center you just don't know who is going to pick up.
Right, and that's part of the issue when you call the usually an 800 number. I have a 805 area code. You're getting a response from somebody who is line staff, so they're not responsible or have the ability to put in those codes. It has to come from the top. So when you're having your big brands that are making those decisions to make those codes, your hands are tied to the ability to be able to do what you want as a business owner to establish certain payroll aspects. So that's where I come in. I'm available. I prefer not 24/7 because I do like to sleep, but emergencies do arise. I'm more than a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I can be. And that's the beautiful part about Atharva.
Well, the other thing is that we're not just your basic, and I say we because in essence, one of the things that has allowed you and I to work together is you look at payroll from the HR perspective.
Yes.
So you are able to see the meal violations, you're able to see the attendance issues, and because you know that in essence from the HR perspective, we communicate to say, okay, this is somebody we need to communicate with as well and let them know, hey, you're not going to get fired, but we need for you to change this behavior. And that helps the employer in the long run because
Right.
we document as well as we assist in the changing of behavior. Tell me though, what happens when people first encounter you and say, we want payroll? Like how long before they say, yes, we want payroll to you fully being implemented and ready to go? What's that process like?
Well, for example, I got a call yesterday of somebody that really needed some help, and I get out a proposal, so we agree on the fee, and then I gather the information, like if there's any priors, is it a new business, how many employees you have. Then I have to gather the source documents for the employees that you have, and also the employers, making sure that we're verifying all of your numbers, that you're an established business. And I can also help walking through that because some people don't know that process. They have as much as a federal ID and maybe a state corporate ID, but don't have an EDD number. Employment Development Department requires that you have that number on to report your quarterly and annual taxes. So I can assist in helping with that. So once we have all those documents and we go through implementation and put them in, rule of thumb is 2 to 3 weeks to get it implemented, especially if there's priors, but I've had it be as simple as a week. I just had a client that came on board that she called and said, what's going on? Are we ready for payroll? I haven't, there's
too
no
easy.
problems. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we're ready to go. What? Like,
For her, it was a shock because she was
yeah,
expecting.
she was waiting for all of these obstacles and hurdles to jump through. And I said, well, you gave me everything. It's been implemented and we're ready to go. And she says, oh, wow. So that was nice.
Well, I got a call from that same client, and I believe the exact quote was, oh, wow, where have you been all my life?
Yes.
Because in essence, she had dealt with other payroll companies. And again, it's not to badmouth them, but certainly I think a lot of people tend to forget, again, the service aspect. Customer service is definitely key.
Yes.
So it's the new year. And what does payroll look like in a new year?
Well, of course, the W-2s went out, or were supposed to go out, so hopefully everybody got those out at the 31st of January. Taxes have a tendency sometimes to shift, so you get a lot of questions from employees like, my paycheck is different. It's been this amount for 12 months and now it's different. Well, sometimes there's a shift. Getting W-4s to actually, what a lot of employers don't do is ask for a new W-4, and that's the withholding statement, and DE-4 is for California, to make sure that people are withholding and adjusting, because sometimes they go to their tax professional and, why do I owe money? Especially California and federal differences. So there's those changes that need to be made for employees sometimes. And those are the things also that I will remind employers, the little things, rather than everything status quo until you get a letter from one of the governmental agencies that say that you owe money. A lot of things don't happen until there's an alarm that goes off.
Right, so you've adopted the proactive instead of reactive approach.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's actually what makes it so easy for us to work together, because that's how I approach HR. Let's be
personal
proactive.
touch also.
Absolutely.
Personal service. I have a new client coming on board that she got a letter from the IRS saying she owed $21,000. She was with a big brand. And they said, well, we show the withholding, we just don't send it to the governmental agency.
So where's the money?
She had to send it to them.
Oh, wow.
Oops.
Yeah. And again, it's that sort of thing that could definitely cripple a small business. I know that,
Yes.
to a lot of people, 21,000, I hope to one day be one of those people, where 21,000, yeah, not a big deal, drop in a bucket. But for me, it's a big deal. And for any small business owner, that would make it unbearable. So kudos to you for doing that. One of the things that I also wanted to touch base with you was, because this is, payroll, it's a payroll service. One of the things that I have been told that they particularly like is the time card element to it, where you can put schedules and you can help people with their schedules, with their attendance. It's part of, what you can do for them.
Yes, and that's what I love about payroll. It's not just get the phone call, there's 80 hours, put it in, here's your check. There's so many ways of preparing somebody's payroll, but it's looking at the schedule. If they want to put it in, do you want to look at it? Do you want me to look at it? And making sure that they took their proper lunches, that they took, there's no time theft. That if
That's a big one.
yeah, another example is being like with a restaurant, somebody that's after hours. Oh, I just had somebody walk off the job. Let's cut them a check. Okay.
Right.
Cut the check. I'm going to mail it certified mail, and it's going to go out to the employee. Then they don't have to have contact with them. And then it's also working with the HR firm to make sure that everything is in compliance, and it's great. And it's no one payroll is the same, and that's the fun part for me. It's payroll fun with HR.
Ooh, a spin-off. I just heard a spin-off. Wow.
That would make me pull my hair out.
Sundays?
All about payroll. Jeff, you're in, right? Okay. Because he's the numbers guy.
Well, I'm going to be sending a proposal over to the Ventura County. Now that I have it. And thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Well, I just want to say this, though, because a lot of people kind of go, but I love my payroll people, and I want the concierge service, but I don't know if it's going to really be worth it. So I just want everyone out there that if they would like to reach out to Tricia, she'll give you her information right now. But just talk to her, because if she can help you and maybe diminish the cost or even meet it, but add on the value of being your concierge, why not? Just open a
Yes.
conversation.
Yes. I'm a pretty good friend.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
a good listener.
Tell us how we can get a hold of you.
My email address, my name is Tricia, but it's spelled Tricia at atharva.solutions, plural. And phone number 805-826-0033 is the office number.
Wonderful.
It was great having you here today,
Thank
Tricia.
you for having me again.
Always a lot of information.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosandra,
Wait, what?
it's more than just your parents listening today.
Really?
Yeah. As soon as Jeff sat down over there, he got a text from one of his staff saying, "Hey, I heard you on the radio this morning."
Beautiful. Well, I've told you, we kind of are starting to get a little bit of perpetual motion here. I said in Guatemala, saludos a la sazón perfecta. They listen every single week, and they've, also reached out. So there are people out there that really do get us. They like us.
Ooh, kind of scary.
I know.
I thought it was just us in this room talking, but there's people outside this
But
room.
that just shows you we hang out with the best people ever.
We do. Fun with HR was brought to you by the professionals at the HR firm in Atharva Workforce. We take care of each other so we can grow together. Until next week, when we'll be talking to Rosandra with the HR firm. We'll also have John Recross from Frenchie's Inn. And we are going to have Chef David Rhodes from the Garage Bar in to talk to us about that fantastic new little neighborhood bar. So, see you all next week.
I'm out of time and all I got is 4 minutes.